boy D Wayne bringing you another video at this time. I'm going to be talking about the Dragon Star monsters. Basically, the Dragon Star monsters are part of a type of monsters, worm, which I guess means mythical or illusionary, legendary. They have a bunch of names for it. Basically, I guess they're in the current text that I'm looking at, they're using Genri, but I guess the type that they're going with is worm type, WYRM. So basically these are Chinese dragons based off Chinese folklore and mythology and stuff. As you can see, they're all basically combined with dragons mixed with beasts and stuff. See, the fire dragon is a lion, earth dragon is a tiger, water dragon's turtle, wind dragon is some type of bird, and the light dragon is some type of fish. So basically that makes for definitely interesting looking monsters, but their effects are definitely what makes them shine. So basically they all have the ability to, they're floaters for the most part. They all have the ability to special summon each other from the deck and either face-up defense or face-up attack. So firstly we'll go with Xuani, Cosmic Dragon of Fire, 19 beater. Of course, like with all, when it's destroyed, you can special summon one of the other Cosmic Dragons in face-up defense position. Also, this has the ability to synchro summon during your opponent's main phase or battle phase with, it and one other, basically the tuner with Dragon of Light. So, yeah, they all basically have those first few effects in common. But what makes them stand apart is the ability it gives these synchro monsters that they are materials to summon. In the case of the fire dragon, it gives them 500 attack and defense, which is very, very awesome because it's always good to get over monsters or just have that overall attack boost to take advantage of the field and stuff. So very good, very good. Next we have Blaine, Cosmic Dragon Earth. First few effects are the same. Synchro summoning, the destroying and special summoning, and the effect that it gives the synchro monster is that synchro monster can't be destroyed by battle, which is really good as well. Very, very good. Next, Bixie, Cosmic Dragon of Water. Basically gives the synchro monster the ability not to be rather unaffected by traps, which is great because we are in a trap heavy format, so his effect is very, very important for the Cosmic Dragons in order for them to maintain their field presence, because you have the only thing it can't stop is that monsters can be warned. They can be hit with silent warning even if you use this as material for a synchro summoning, because warning stops the monster from hitting the field, so the effect doesn't apply. Alright, next we have Puleo, Cosmic Dragon of Wind. This one protects the synchro monsters from spell cards, which is great as well. So your synchros can't be hit with Dark Hole, can't be mind controlled, Forbidden Lance doesn't work. Anything that will affect your monsters just doesn't work, which is great as well. Next we have the Tuner, probably the most important card, one of the most important cards in the deck, because this is where you will be doing your synchro summoning from, this little guy here. Basically he has all the other effects except him not being able to synchro summon on the opponent's turn, because that's what the non-tuners are for. And basically he special summons your Cosmic Dragons in any position. Basically the water and wind special summon in attack, the earth and fire special summon in defense, and he special summons in any position you like, and can also be special summoned from the graveyard when a Cosmic Dragon is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, while he's in the graveyard as well. So You can always maintain field presence with this deck. That's why this deck is definitely very good. It's basically Gustos on steroids, because you know Gustos have their recruiters and stuff, and this is much better on a much better scale than the Gustos. Alrighty, so that is all of the Dragon Star monsters. I'm sure this is this is a type, so which means we're gonna be getting more monsters from this type, just like with the psychics that came out in Duelist Genesis. This is only the first wave of stuff that we're gonna be getting from this type of monster. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing what else we get. Now let's go into the support cards. First we have Cosmic Dragon Incarnation, probably the best support card in the deck. Basically what this does is when once per turn, if a monster controls destroy a battle or card effect, special summon one Yang Zing Cosmic Dragon monster from the deck. You can have special monsters from the deck except synchro monsters. So basically with this on a field and any one of your Cosmic Dragons gets destroyed by battle or card effect, their effects will go off, and then this effect will go off as well, which will give you 2 monsters on a field for the price of 1, which is very, very awesome. And if your monster is still constantly attacking, you can still replenish your field by special summoning another monster. This can only be used once per turn, so basically you'll be using the other effects of the Dragon Star monsters if your opponent is, constantly attacking you to, keep your field present. So this card is a great card and a very nice addition to them. Now we have Cosmic Dragon Zenith. All monsters your opponent controls must attack if able during your either player's main phase or battle phase. You can send this face-up card to the graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Synchro summon one synchro monster with at least one Yang Zing Dragon Star monster as a synchro material monster. So basically, this card helps when your opponent is not attacking, because they don't want you to, refill your field and, gain greater advantage on your field. So your opponent just will not attack. So this will make your opponent attack so that you can, get your dragon effects, your worm effects to go off, allowing you to, put more advantage on the field so that you can eventually synchro summon. So, which makes this card actually somewhat good. It's okay, I guess, if you want to do that, or you can also ram your monsters into them and get your field advantage from there, or you could just wait out your opponent until you get the right cards you need in order to start making plays from there. So there's a bunch of ways to go about this situation. Alright, so that's that. Next we have Cosmic Dragon Comet Trail. Probably the this card is awesome. You can activate one Cosmic Dragon Comet Trail per turn. Target 3 Yang Zing monsters in your graveyard, shuffle 3 into the deck, and draw 2 cards. Beautiful card, because you definitely will be going through your monsters a lot. So you need a way to replenish your monsters so that you can continue to use their effects and keep your advantage on the field. So this is definitely the best way to do so, along with a couple of other cards you can probably use to replenish your cards in the graveyard, like Transmigration Prophecy and Pot of Benevolence and stuff. Those are definitely other tech cards you can help to keep monsters in your deck so you can keep spamming and special summoning and stuff. So pretty good. Next we have Cosmic Dragon Leyline. Now this is a continuous spell with multiple effects. Let's read them out. This card gains effects based on the number of different attributes of Yang Zing monsters in the graveyard. If you have 2 or more, your Yang Zing monsters control gain 500 attack. 3 or more, if a Yang Zing monster control will be destroyed, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. 4 or more, if your opponent cannot set monsters, also all face-up monsters your opponent controls are changed to attack position. 5 or more, you can send this card to the graveyard to destroy cards on the field. Alright, so let's go over each individual effect. So 2 or more, Yang Zing monsters you control gain 500 attack. Okay, so that would only be really relevant for the 19 and the 16, the Earth and the Dragon, because they're the ones who actually have attack. So the 19 would become 24, and the 16 would become 21. Of course, you have the 0 become 500, 500, and 500. So it's not really relevant for these 3 cards, only these 2. Okay, so that's the first one. Also, the synchros you get powered up as well, which is pretty well. Alright, next, 3 or more. Yang Zing monster control will be destroyed. You can send this card to the graveyard instead. Now, I don't particularly like that one because it's counterproductive, because you want your Dragon Stars to be destroyed, because you want their effects to go off to gain that advantage, so that you can flood the field with monsters, so that you can synchro summon and stuff. So I don't usually want to protect my monsters from being destroyed or anything. I would want them to be destroyed. Alright, so that's not all that good for this. Next, 4 or more. Your opponent cannot set monsters. Also, all face-up monsters your opponent controls are changed to attack position. Okay, so that would combo with Zenith to basically make your monsters attack, so that they can so that you can continue to gain your advantage from there. That's okay as well. It's not as good. Not as good. Not really. Next, last but not least, 5 or more. You can send this card to the graveyard to destroy all cards on the field. Now that's pretty good. That's pretty good to have. Because if you have all 5 in the graveyard, you can basically blow up the field. And if you happen to have any of these already on the field, their effects will obviously go off to continue to special summon, and then you can basically make your plays from there, because you'll have an opponent's field would be empty, for you to go ahead and do your attacks and stuff and go off, which would be pretty good. So that's probably the best part of the effect of this card. I would say the 5 or more and the 2 or more are the best parts of this card's effect. And I believe these effects also stack on each other, so you can have all these effects at the same time, which I believe is pretty good as well, which makes it somewhat of a good card, but still not necessary for the deck, I believe. People will run it, of course. I've seen people run it. It's fine. It's always good to have that extra option. Alrighty, so let's go into another tech, which is Supply Unit. Once per turn, when a monster is controlled destroyed by battle card effect, draw 1 card. It's always good to have hand advantage, especially with a deck like this, because you can definitely run through your monsters really quick. So it's always good to have stuff in your hand, so that you can defend yourself, just in case you may not have any monsters on the field. And it replenishes your hand, because I'm assuming you're using a lot of monsters from your hand, especially if you're Pendulum summoning, because there is a Pendulum Dragon Star deck running around. I know it. So it's always good to replenish your hand for just in case you run out of monsters, or something may happen to your monsters, or whatever the case may be. It's always good to have that to help you out and stuff. Alright, so that's basically the main part of the deck. And this definitely is a popular deck. I like it a lot, as you guys have seen in my videos. I did 2 separate Dragon Star videos. Awesome vids. Alright, so let's go into the extra deck. Next we have Gunfu, Cosmic Dragon of Brilliance. He's a tuner, non-tuner worm type, level 8, 23, 26. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the number of different original attributes of worm type monsters used as this card's synchro material. Shuffle those targets into the deck. Once per turn, you can target 1 card you control and one level 4 lower monster in your graveyard. Destroy the first, and if you do, special summon the second target from your graveyard. Very, very solid card. So easy to summon with this deck, especially since if you're running Soul Charge with this deck, all you need is light, earth, and fire in the grave, and you can have him out in that same turn, and you'll get the 500 boost and the immunity to battle. And since it was 3 different attributes that were used in this card's material, you can bounce up to 3 cards to the deck and shuffle it. He doesn't destroy. He just sends them back to the deck. Like, get your ass in that deck and don't you come back round here no more. Little southern thing. So yeah, it's a very, very great card. Too good of a card, yo. Cause basically, once he hits the field, he wins games on its own. You can basically run 3 of him in the deck, and he just clears the opponent's field out and just attack for 28 or whatever, however you summoned him, because there are multiple ways of summoning him besides using the Cosmic Dragons themselves to summon it. So, you know, nice tech choice to put in here would be what's this card? Masked Chameleon. If you have a fire in a grave, you can summon Masked Chameleon, fish summon the Fire Dragon, synchro into this, bounce 1 card, and get the 500 attack boost. So Masked Chameleon is definitely a beautiful tech for this card, since they all have 0. Well, the earth and the fire have earth, fire, and the light have 0 defense, so they can be summoned with Masked Chameleon's effect. So awesome card, very, very awesome card. Last but not least, probably my favorite of the synchro, which obviously is only 2, is Yazi, Wickedness of Yan Zing. He's a level 7, 26, 21, requires a tuner, non-tuner monsters. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. You can target 1 Yan Zing monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls, destroy those cards. You can only use the effect of Yazi, Wickedness of Yan Zing once per turn. When this card you control is destroyed with battle or by card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon 1 Worm type monster from your deck and face up defensive position. You can only use this effect of Yazi, Wickedness of Yan Zing once per turn. Very awesome card, especially when he's synchro summoned with Bixie and Buleo. Basically, you have a near indestructible card, because you can't target him with anything, 1. Secondly, he's unaffected by traps and magic cards, so no creature swaps, no nothing. And he has basically a Scrap Dragon-like effect. When combo with the other, Dragon Stars and stuff, you can pop the Dragon Stars, get their effects to go off, and then you can -1 on your opponent's field. And basically you plus on your field because it gets a special summon, which is very, very good, very good, very good, very good. I summoned him a few times in my my dual replay video. Very great card, Very solid archetype. I can definitely see this shaping the game, because it definitely does. And it's early, because these cards definitely haven't came out yet. They won't be out for some time. So when these cards come out, it's definitely going to be meta changing. I'm definitely looking forward to when these cards come out. I will definitely be getting them. I'm sure you guys will as well. So basically, I'm not going to stop at that. Alright, we'll go into Metaphysized Armed Dragon and Metaphysization, of course. Basically, looking at Metaphysization, you can see that it's obviously Metaphysized Armed Dragon on the card. So you basically, what you're doing is sacrificing dragons and special summoning worm types from your deck. So you can sacrifice any level 7 dragon type monster to special summon this from the deck if you want. Also, you can use it doesn't indicate what level of the dragon monster you can tribute. So you can use the dragons to special summon any of these from the deck as well. If you want to run that route, I've yet to see anybody do so, but it's always an option. It's good to have options and stuff. But it's not that much of a big deal, really, until we get more worm type monsters. Then this card may see some play, but until then, I don't really think it'll see any play. Alright, so basically, I won't spend too much time on that. Yeah, so basically, my overall thoughts on Cosmic Dragons, they're awesome. Really, really beautiful cards. Great effects, great supports, and this is only the beginning of them. So, expect more good stuff to come in the future. I definitely am looking forward to it. Alrighty, so I'll leave it at that then. So I'll be bringing you more videos in the meantime. But until then, pieces, YouTube.